welcome to JoeJoeMoto. Today's episode is all about the Kawasaki 1000 GTR and doing this massive trip I'm about to do. So start off with the bike and modifying the bike. I'm going to throw a few clips in here of what I've been doing, but the basics of it is servicing, setting up the electrics, setting up all of the like camping equipment, gear on, and going from there. So let's check out that. Welcome to bike prep on Big Adventure Ride 2018. Working on my Kawasaki GTR 1000 here. So purchased and fitted this phone holder mount there, so I made a mount for it. It mounts on the RAM, and then it also has a charging point for the phone. Then I've got my Garmin GPS mount here, so they'll both sit on the bars, and again made a custom mount for that coming off of the bars, and that gets wired in. And my Enduro tank bag that's been to Cape York a couple of times and all around Australia places and whatever. Anyway, so that tank bag's awesome, fits a whole bunch of stuff in there. That's where all the charging and things are going to happen inside there. We're running a 5-pin relay, which will obviously only kick in when the bike's running. We don't want it to drain batteries while we're stopped, and we're charging lots of different things and lots of things running. Another bit of 12-volt gear that we've got is we're going to be running up the back here into the rear top box, and in the top box is where we're going to be keeping the laptop. So I'm going to be filming and charging and filming and editing and everything on the go, so that'll be like my nightly entertainment as I go on this big adventure. 20 hours later, wiring is definitely not my expertise, and takes a little bit of brain power for me to sort of work all this stuff out, but I've basically got the whole harness ready to go. It all runs off this one big 40 amp relay, and all the accessories and all that come off of there. All wired in and set up. It's just sort of laying there, nothing's formal yet, so it's just a bit of a test, but it all seems to be on and working. All the fuses are in and everything, so we're just going to have a few little tests here. So we'll switch on the ignition. That should trigger the relay, and yep, we've got phone charging, we've got the GPS is on. Oh, Yamaha, that's going to have to change. That must have been from a long time ago. Then it runs obviously through the relay under there, and then inside here, hopefully, we've got our charger going, and that little light indicates that the laptop inside there, that you can't really see very well, is in fact charging. So our next big job is we've got some sticky front brakes. Unfortunately, one of the calipers, I don't know, something's a bit funky with it and it seems to stick a bit. So I've got the caliper off, and I'm over here with caliper and some new seals to go in. Maybe that'll fix it. I'll check all these slides as well and make sure there's nothing weird going on with those, and yeah, fingers crossed we can fix this brake, because without the brakes working properly, we ain't going for a ride anywhere. Fully deconstructed. Pulled the, should have showed you guys, but anyway, I pulled the pistons out, shined them all up, got all the little bits of rust and whatever that were on there. Well, actually pretty good, so I don't know. Replace the seals. Here's the old seals. Just lube them up with some brake fluid there. Now I'm going to lube the slides, put it all back together, and fingers crossed we don't get any silly binding or anything like that. I will have to bleed the brakes too, because I've obviously taken the caliper off and I'll have a big old air bubble in there, so let's get to that. Okay, caliper is back on. I'm just doing a one-person bleed here, and you can see lots and lots and lots of little bubbles coming out. Oh, look at that big chunk. While we're waiting for the brakes to settle and do their thing, whatever they need to do there, coming under, and I'm not going to be able to see much, but I'm doing an oil change under there. So oil and filter. Had to get this big sort of fairing part off down the bottom, and yeah, got a new filter and some new oil going in. Well, this is always a fun game to play. Guess when the last owner did an oil change, judging by the look of the oil. Check it out. It's not great, but it's not terrible. The old filter is out. I've got the new filter ready to get some O-rings with it and whatever, so we'll see where they go, I don't know. And I'm just using some just normal standard 4-stroke motorbike engine oil, and yeah, I mean, it's not a race bike or anything like that, it's just gonna pump out some Ks, so as long as it's got some nice fresh oil in it, I'm sure that I will be happy, and the new owner when I sell it will be happy as well to have all nice fresh new stuff. It's not perfect because the brakes are all rusty and I haven't actually gone for a ride and let them settle in. However, the wheel turns now. There's the tiniest little bit of drag, but I can actually spin the wheel. Before I couldn't. So new seals, greasing up everything and fixing up everything in there has worked a treat. Yoo-hoo! It's now time to change these grips. Now the grips themselves are, you know, pretty cool. Like, I think I've had these on DRZ before, but they're just really old, and you know they're actually coming apart here and there, and they're just not very nice anymore. So I've got some nice new grips to go on, some nice sort of thicker rubber comfy ones. So, well, those new grips, what an instant difference that makes. They're so much nicer. The bike looks amazing, and yeah, they just feel a whole lot better. They're not as, you know, cushy obviously, but they got a really nice feel to them. So yeah, loving the new grips. Our next job is to change the diff oil. Yes, you heard that right, diff. We had no chain and sprockets around here on the old GTR 1000, so we've got some recommended gear oil for it, so we're going to drain that out and fill her up with some new stuff. It's a bit milky looking. I don't know if that's... I don't think it's normal, but anyway. Well, that was all the bike maintenance stuff done. So finished off the diff oil, and that's all finished and looking awesome. And last thing was fitting the Airhawk seat here. So just very quickly going over the things that I've done. I've fitted the phone holder, GPS, all wired in. Fitted the tank bag, new grips. Then I've got this little cruise control thing that I haven't shown you guys yet. Obviously making the custom mounts for these guys here. Yeah, so like I said, tank bag, and then the wiring for the tank bag, it's all temporary because it'll come off after the trip. So inside the tank bag here, we've got a dual USB charging port, and that's wired in off the relay, and it'll happen when that happens. And then I've got a dual 12-volt cigarette lighter socket plug as well, and I've got, you know, different adapters and things to go in there, and this is where I'll do basically all of the charging of the GoPros and this camera and all the rest of it. Going back, like I said, Airhawk, fixed up the mounting of the panniers, and then inside the top box here is where we have our laptop charger, so that's where the laptop's going to go in the back here. And again, that's all sort of hardwired in. Wire goes in through there and in through the hole. Oil change, fix the brakes, all those bits and pieces just to get the bike all nicely ready to ride. So it's, yeah, fingers crossed, going to be nice and reliable, and we won't have any issues. That's it. Thank you very much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe, notifications, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think about the bike, and make sure you give it a big old thumbs up, and I guess I'll see you on the next video.